Родион. Спасибо, Родион. Ты вышел в игре, которая типа процентов 10 видеокарты требует. Можно выходить в Elden Ring? Так, чтобы я потом дрова не переустанавливал. Options. Не понял. Давайте магазин покупа. Мысли. Были мысли. Давай. Ёшкин кот. Да ёлки-палки. Давай медленно пойдем. А медленность еды не выходит. Ну-ка. Вперед.
The display rack is brimming with worn paper packs, featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere. Rows and rows of Hyundai men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyundai and the Mammoth Riders. Maybe 100. Man from Hyundai and the Savior at the end of the world. No, not even close. Man from Hyundai in hell. Man from Hyundai and the forest of slaves. Man from Hyundai under the lake. Man from Hyundai, Hyundai burning. There's even the trial of death.
Oh, Man from Hyundai. A very popular series of adventure novels. Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narrative, all those mystical things that encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
A small mountain of colourful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages.
Wonderful board games, sir. Browbridge is a fun game of economic competition.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family? Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Friends are technically like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to...
On the shelf reads biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
I would say... The Great Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, a very influential historical figure. Surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the incentive system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired audience. Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important, sir. There's something personal.
Enjoy the read.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Чувствую, кстати, ну а как кинь? Какая кнопка Interact?
The Greatest Innocence by Joao Paulo Salomao Lopez de Fuego. The book is love browsing through the various chapters. You try your best to understand the ceaseless overflow, the sprawl of names. Your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time. Let's see. That's the spirit. Here we go. Question, oh yeah. This is what I was made for. The pop quiz is a short examination designed to test your model without any prior warning or announcement. Such exams thanks for nothing. Dolores Day. Incorrect. Dolores Day was the innocence of feudalism, internationalism, and the welfare state. She codified her colors of silver, white, and apricot. And when you think of her name, Dolores, stomach acid rises to the back of the throat, and it hurts. You see a flash silver, a wreath, an airport bag, and blonde hair. You stay clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one. A strange sensation at once when she left the earth, the dust, and the ice, and the human. That is unimportant to the quiz. Something, yes, the quiz is impossible. No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the mention of Dolores Day. Who was the first innocent? It wasn't Dolores Day. Incorrect. Sola was anointed during the previous century and even lived to see the current one. She was an urban planner who spoke her mind and largely left history to his own devices, encouraging people to Sola resigned after an assassination attempt by a Yugo nationalist who blamed her for not taking the side of the left during the turn of the century revolutions. Innocence is the correct. Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as such and called him Pius. He's depicted as a young man with molten gold pouring out of his mouth. All he spoke was gold. It said he invented God and equality of men before God. He also introduced the gold standard as a way for measuring people's love for our. As the first innocent, he declared that there should be more of those like him. It is presumed his disciples were the beginning of the Holy Party, the founding party. Question 2. Who is he? Everybody knows the answer to this. You, me, anybody. Incorrect. Vespa Messina is not a person, but a defunct state on the southeastern coast of the Alps. And innocence is the highest category of historical person. I can be better. Okay, so commonly an innocence does not enforce his or her power through military. This is seen as unnecessary. The innocents went down. Dolores. Incorrect again. While she originated many modern institutions, launched several successful expeditions, and even though the words most associated with her rule are l'amour, la compassion, la autodiscipline, la please, brilliance. Correct. Named the innocence of militarism, he codified hereditary rule, but at the same time ended serfdom and established the inter-Islamic lira as the global reserve currency. He also established the concept of the nation. Franco Negro attempted to solve the rising tensions between the aristocracy and bourgeoisie by building a unified society in which every man has a place and a mission. But at the same question 3, who was the Gothic under control? No problem. Solid on this one. It's widespread historical information. Yes, there exists a group called the Founding Party, known as the Holy Party, during the time of the Elysium. This, the world's oldest international organization, there seems to be a mix-up of sources. At least it clearly was a Dolores Day. She wouldn't be false. She's beautiful. Incorrect. Stepan, the despicable regent of Kedra, was a ruler who conquered the known world during the Kedriatic conquest, instead of the despotic era known as the Med. Would you try again? Correct. There have been a number of counter or false instances. Some assumed to have innocent qualities. Some who just thought so themselves. Occasionally, the most famous and important of these was Elena Pasternak. He was into torture, despotism, hymns, cannons, and world conquest, but got defeated at final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important one. Question, I've got to be honest. Of course, this is my thing, the reason I exist in this world, but zero doubts. Incorrect. While Franco Negro built concrete churches and cathedrals, and while many people, especially the West, consider, oh yes, militarism and nationalism, yes, obviously. Correct. The West might see Franco Negro as the father of nations, but as of this century, there's been a great shift in attitude. Dolores Day has become widely of everything from inter-Islamic travel to the connected world, to 3 consecutive scientific revolutions can be traced back to her. Every decade that passed. Congratulations on finishing the test. The result and an F for failure. You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for me. Dial with Dolores Day down.
What's going on with you?
You are shouting at an inanimate object, like a real weirdo. No wonder you seem to have trouble with the right answers. Browsing through the book again, your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it seems rather unfair to try again after you already know the answers. But sure, oh yeah, this is what I was paid for. Correct. Nothing much is known about him. As the first instance, he declared that there should be more question 2. Easy. Everybody knows the answer. Correct. Named the Franco Negro. Question 3. We've got it under control. No problem. Solid on this one. It's widespread historical information. Correct. The most famous and final stretch. I've got it, Thomas. Correct. With everything from congratulations on finishing the 10A. All correct. Impressive. On you, sir. Really navigates some treacherous waters here. Well, the lieutenant is doing his best. Yeah, sure. It's so much easier once you know the answers, right? Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martin. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of the river. It is the river Esperon. To the east, rolling Purpura. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as it's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue Ozon, Laurentide, Fas Alamir, archipelagos. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Cayenne in a bookstore. You can, on Cayenne, Revachol, a single 850 million people live on these little dots, and the ocean breaks apart into a tangle of coastlines and azimuths, all pointing to pale nothingness, connections to other worlds, words past insolently, unknown to you. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars. But words they are gods.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And the map is quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents. Yes, yes. Are you interested or not? Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of pirate.
Sir, please out of the factor. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my property. Oh no! Sir, please, I can't have you end up...
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. The point of the book, and many others on the shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid nurses. It serves strategies, while also to make everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have, so wholeness, unity, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself. The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duckbill bladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. This is just mundane garbage. Let's see how natural that is. The throbbing in your head increases with every passing minute gazing at the shop. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, "The book contains very little explanation on the matter." This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicine, and folklore. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venin or hand tool made from a leafy twig of a young birch tree from the near, and it is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pan. Readers are instructed, among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in? For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the town. Though the sidebar caution reads to limit each stroll to less. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins. This is exactly what you need. There's an entire section devoted to cure for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations. You close with them and return into this place in the shower.
Please, something about that book doesn't well. I hope it contains what you're looking for.
Medicinal purposes of them. Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections of the general benefits of the pill. You come across the following explanation. While modern farmers all flattery in other words, finally, something to calm the angry spirit. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pill, as well as instruction. There are a number of single items that promise to improve your short-term needs, but nothing that speaks to your condition. There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here. First, you need to choose a base ingredient. Next, you need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add? The combination of mint and birch bark make this tea relaxing and good for the digestion. It won't. Would you like to try again? Very well. Next, you need to combine. Lastly, you've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia, it should increase your energy. If only you could find one of these right now and drink the shit out of it. But what would you like to try again? Very well. Next, you need. Lastly, is there. You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According. If only would you like to try again? Very well. Next, you need to combine. Lastly, is there anything else? You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia, if only would you like to try again? Very well. First, choose a base ingredient. Next, you need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate. Lastly, is there anything else? You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey. If only would you like to try again? Very well. First, choose a base ingredient. Next, you need to combine the base ingredient. Lastly, is that you've created a delicious tincture. If only would you like to try again? Very well. First, choose a base. Next, you need to combine the base ingredient. Lastly, is there any you've created? If only would you like to? Very well. Next, you've created. If only would you like to try again? Very well. Next, you need to combine. Lastly, is there anything you've created that if only would you like to try? Very well. Next, you need to combine the basic. Lastly, you created. If only would you like to try again? Very well. Next, lastly, is you created. If only would you like to try again? Very well. Next, you need to combine the basic ingredient with. Lastly, you created a delicious. If only would you like to try again? Very well. First, next, you need to lastly, is that you've created a. If would you like to? Very well. Next, you need to combine. Lastly, Is there anything else you create if would you like to? Very well. Next, you need to combine the basic ingredient with lastly. Is there anything you create if would you like to try? Very well. Next, you need to combine the basic lastly. You create if would you like to? Very well. First, next, you need to combine the basic lastly. You create if would you? Very well. Next, you need to combine the basic lastly. You create if would you like to? Very well. First, choose up next. You need to come lastly. You create if would you like to try? Very well. Next, you need to come lastly. Is there any you created and if only you could find one of these right? Would you like to try again? Very well. Next, you create if only would you like to try again? You close the book and find yourself staring at the familiar. Very well. Next, you need to come lastly. You create if only would you like to try again? You close the book and find yourself staring at the familiar cover once more. Very well. First, next, you need to combine the basic ingredient. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add? You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and gin. If only would you like to try? You close the book. Medicinal purposes of very well. First, choose a base ingredient. Next, you need to combine. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add? You've created a delicious if only would you like to try again? You close the book. Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the volume, past the Wood Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then, past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of the street, lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox, 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get...
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biography. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a... Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. As a young girl should be, with the proper attitude, she'll have a bright financial future. As a young girl should be, with the
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and...
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look.
She smiles and nods, See,
Oh, yes. How's my precious doing? She's a good girl.
the woman before you.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. You should take care of that, then. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street.
You see a set of tattered.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Just as you're about to pull up.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequence.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers. No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. I told you. No!
There is something mysterious about the curtains. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fishhead charm at this time. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back.
I warned you. You're...
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. Only an echo. No one is there. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Ow! Shoot! Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Are you alright?
What is going on? I warned...
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however.
Yes?
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Oh, excuse me. Do you have something?
Can I help you?
Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes? Yes. Have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me? What about what I have been through, huh?
Literary demotion. That's the worst.
Not until you bring me the...
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use. When
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal. There are spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity. A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high. I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence. That they are. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back. Yes, there's one 100 meters south of here. I think it's called Roy's Nest or something. If I'm not mistaken, it should be open late.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners. This coin-operated viewer is facing south.
Yes? Yes?
You hear someone walking around in. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. This door has been closed with a padlock. This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
A plaster-cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads, Kraz Marzov.
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
That isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers, the iconography of communism, in other words. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade, even today, half a century after, to symbolize the toppling of the... Also, some social democrats were already using it. The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and because white is the color of peace. Nothing at all yet. Right now, it's just meaningless. This door is made of metal.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? Ooh, not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner. Does anyone in a city like this? It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all. Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do.
The worn and beaten wooden planks.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the...
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi...
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger, because you are not a threat to me. That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to all. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. Your mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al-Ghul. You Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning. Jerking motions, signs of you gave the world eugenic. You dominated lesser cultures. You will be superseded.
It is, baby.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor. That is right. Bring your troops to the Simenine Island. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race, Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from the... I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminese race. What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never getting into this harbor.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant doesn't...
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Go ahead. Don't be shy. Just ask for race secrets. That's understandable. Jean-Luc Measurehead is a sage.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight into his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break. The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time stands. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip. Don't wait. You've only got a millisecond. He's coming too. That fighting pose. Watch out. He's expecting the hook. The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button. As you slam your fist on the button, the man collapses entirely.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
The man is still knocked out.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic. Our personal dynamic has changed. A little. Your race descent has temporarily halted, but you will fall again.
Ой, блядь.